Graphing nonlinear functions. So a linear function makes a line. So nonlinear functions are functions that don't make a line. So the two different types that we're going to go through is ones that have a square on it. These are called a parabola. Now, parabolas can make either U's like this or U's upside down. So if you see an X with a square term, they make parabolas. If you see with an absolute value sign, these are just called absolute value functions. And they make Z's, or V's. So they look like this. Upside down V or a right side up V. So the first one, to graph, what you're going to do is, these are the X's. You write the X in here. Now when you plug in a negative, you need to put it in parentheses. So Y equals, parentheses, -2 squared minus 1. So remember that when you have -2 and you square it, it's actually going to be a positive. So it's going to be 4 minus 1. So your ordered pair, your xy, is going to be your x, which is -2, and your y, which was 4 minus 1 is 3. Okay, let's do it again. So if I'm plugging in -1, I'm going to do y equals. Now I'm going to plug in -1 right here. So it's -1 squared minus 1. -1 squared is 1. 1 take away 1 is 0. So my x is -1 and my y is 0. Plug in the next one. So plug in 0. So it's y equals 0 squared minus 1, which is 0 minus 1, which is -1. So your point is 0, -1. And so this one's going to be y equals 1 squared minus 1, 1 minus 1, plug in 1, you get 0 back, it's 1, 0. And then y equals 2 squared minus 1, 4 minus 1 is 3, so 2, and this is 3. So over here, we know that this is going to be a parabola, so it's going to be a U. So I'm going to plot -2, 3, so I want left 2, up 3, make a dot. -1, 0, 0, -1, 1, 0, and 2, 3. So when I connect these dots, I want to make them look like a U. So I want to connect them and it's curvy. Okay, it's rounded. There's my function. Okay, the second one. Oops, I don't know why they didn't move. The second shape is going to make a V. So what I'm going to do is, this is absolute value, so I'm going to plug in -2. So y equals the absolute value of -2 plus 1. So the absolute value of -2 is 2. So this turns into 2 plus 1, which is 3. So now the ordered pair is -2, 3. Next step, I'm going to plug in -1. So y equals the absolute value of -1 plus 1. The absolute value of -1 is +1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So this is going to be -1, 2. So then right here, it's y's absolute value of 0 plus 1. So 0 plus 1 is 1. So then my ordered pair is 0, 1. So then this one, the y equals absolute value of 1 plus 1. The absolute value of 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So my ordered pair is 1, 2. And the last one, y equals the absolute value of 2 plus 1. The absolute value of 2 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. So my ordered pair is 2, 3. So I'm going to plot the points, -2, 3, -1, 2, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. So this is going to make a V, so it's a sharp straight line, two straight lines. And then the next one, this has an x squared, so it's going to be either down or up parabola. So you plug in -2, put -2 in parentheses. Now, when you do this part, -2 squared is +4. 4 times -2 is -8. -8 plus 2 is 6. So my ordered pair is -2, 6. And then I plug in -1. So -2 times -1 squared plus 2. So I do -1 squared is 1. 1 times -2 is -2. -2 plus 2 is 0. So it's -1, 0. And then I plug in 0. So 0 squared is 0. 0 times -2 is 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. So the ordered pairs are 0, 2. Then I plug in 1. And then I plug in 2. And then I'm going to go graph the points over here. So -2, 6 is kind of off the charts. -1, 0. Oops, and now I'm seeing that this should have been actually -6, both of these. So I'm going to put that right here, -2, -6, 2, -6. 0, 1, 1, 0. It's a parabola, opens down. So don't count this point right here. Well, the same thing with these. I'm not going to go through these more, but this has an x squared, so we know that that's going to make a u. So just be careful when you plug them in. This one has an x squared as well, so that's going to make a u. So just remember to plot your points and be careful when you're plotting them over here.